Welcome viewers, please like, comment and subscribe. The Duke of Sussex has sat down for two explosive interviews in advance of the publishing of his memoir, Spare. Prince Harry on 60 Minutes talks about racism to Meghan. Spare, Prince Harry's memoir that used to be first introduced in the summertime of 2021, will be posted on Tuesday, January 10. Publishers promised the raw, unflinching e-book would be full of insight, revelation, self-examination and hard-won wisdom. However, as leaked excerpts have reportedly revealed, the Duke of Sussex additionally writes about the peril he confronted in the years main up to and after his and Meghan Markle's royal exit. In the memoir, Harry allegedly small print a bodily altercation with his brother Prince William, his father King Charles III's determined plea for his sons now not to make my last years a misery, and recounts the notorious falling out between his spouse and Kate, Princess of Wales. The revelations come as explosive clips from two separate interviews shed mild on Harry's fractured relationship with his family, the choice to step down as a working royal, and whether or not he sees a future inside the British monarchy. Both interviews, one with ITV's Tom Bradby and one on 60 Minutes with Anderson Cooper, will air on Sunday. As the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's dramatic departure from royal existence is as soon as once more thrust into the spotlight, commentators have regarded returned on the three-year debacle and puzzled whether or not all of the small print are including up. Russell Myers, royal editor at the Daily Mirror and co-host of the publication's royal podcast Pod Save the King, has challenged the Sussexes' timeline of events, calling into query whether or not their story is entirely factual. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex visit South Africa. Meghan and Harry stepped down from their roles in the royal family in 2020 Commonwealth Day service. 2020 The Duke and Duchess of Sussex carried out their closing engagements in March 2020. Speaking on the Modern Day episode of the podcast, he cited Harry's long-standing relationship with Mr. Bradby, recalling the documentary The Sussexes seemed in alongside the journalist in 2019. It seems a lengthy time in the past, however does not appear a lengthy time ago, he said, adding. That was once the first time we had been seeing the actual cracks appear. During Harry and Meghan an African journey, the Duke and Duchess visited the continent to oversee the work of Centibale, the charity Harry commenced 15 years ago. The couple additionally met anti-apartheid and human rights activist Desmond Tutu, who died in December 2021, and noticed how he had multiplied lives in the neighborhood villages. Meghan particularly admitted to Mr. Bradby that she wasn't okay throughout the ITV program, pronouncing she and Harry had been simply surviving the extreme media attention, including she had no idea of the struggles she would face as a member of the royal family. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex visit Johannesburg. Day 2 Harry and Meghan spent time in Africa in October 2019. Also, at some point of the documentary, the prince addressed a hypothesis of a royal rift between him and his brother, saying, "We are sincerely on distinctive paths at the second, however I will constantly be there for him as I understand he will constantly be there for me. We do not see every different as tons as we used to due to the fact we are so busy, however I love him dearly." I noticed every other clip these days actually, which I hadn't considered before, of Harry saying. "We tried to make it work for 4 years and I assume once in a while they Harry and Meghan get a little bit confused," the royal commentator said. They incredibly a good deal chucked in the towel quickly after that, and it was once the flip of 2019 into 2020 January 8 that they dropped that Instagram announcement and then left simply a few weeks later, he said. "So, I don't reckon it used to be 4 years. They have been recording movies as we've got viewed the Netflix sequence long lengthy earlier than they have been planning to depart or introduced they have been leaving." He concluded. So provided a truthful crack of the whip. "I feel if your mind's made up, your mind's made up, isn't always it?" Since their exit, Harry and Meghan have resided in Montecito, California. They have again to the UK on a few activities, however have spent the majority of their time overseas. In a preceding clip, he said, "I would like to get my father back. I would like to have my